Hello and welcome to Next Week Now, your first source in what might be the news. I'm Ethan Yoon, and tonight I and everyone here at the show is brought to you by Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump, you've got $1 to spare, right? As we know, Donald Trump made many strong claims and campaign promises during his run for office. One of the biggest being that the United States is going to build a wall between us and Mexico to keep out immigrants. Now, next week, Trump will face some issues with his initial plans as Congress is going to collectively deny efforts to move forward with the wall, stating that it would be too expensive in addition to Mexico's refusal to fund the wall as Trump promised they would. Trump, being the business guru he is, will have already seen this coming and engage his backup plan. Not a wall, but a Trump speed bump. This so-called Trump bump, of course, will do nothing to halt immigration, but instead slow them down to a manageable 15 miles an hour. Trump supporters won't let this go, however, with complaints coming in rapidly, including, what is this, a wall for ants? Protests will sweep the nation, forcing Trump to attempt to reconcile with his supporters by adding a moat along with the Trump bump as a secondary deterrent. Supporters will initially be dissatisfied with this deal until we realize that they have a moat called the Rio Grande River. Trump will then respond with, this will be a tremendous moat. It will be a moat that wins and wins and wins and doesn't stop winning. I heard the moat will even be filled with hot lava and alligators. And let me tell you, these alligators are angry because they are just swimming in lava and are also dead. Supporters will be content for now, but Trump will have to change his favorite slogan, build that wall, to build that lava moat with dead alligators that doesn't stop winning. Unfortunately, this doesn't quite roll off the tongue in the same way as the old one. Trump will also soon be launching a new app designed specifically to curb illegal immigration in a way that's fun for the whole nation, called Immigration Go. In Immigration Go, you'll be informed where the nearest immigrants are to you, and upon catching them, you get candy and a large portion of their possessions. Train your immigrants or make them fight other immigrants to level up, so one day you can be an immigration master. In other news, Trump University, despite controversy, will be announcing brand new courses. These will include fundamental issues with journalists, misunderstanding American history, introduction to Islamophobia, and defense against the arts. These courses will be taught exclusively through Twitter and with only 140 characters at a time. Now moving on, this Monday is President's Day, and it's going to be a big one as it's the first President's Day since Donald Trump has taken office. In celebration, Trump will sign an executive order which will replace all of the faces of Mount Rushmore with his own face 4 times. Along with this, for the first time ever, the president's hands will be included on the iconic monument. Trump will be weary that the mountain won't have enough space to capture the true dimensions of his hands, but according to project leaders, there won't be a problem there. After what will soon be called Mount Trumpmore is built, a brand new Trump-themed resort and theme park will be placed directly on top just in case you can't get enough Trump. Now, while all of that is being planned out, another controversy will be taking place elsewhere. Yet again, Kellyanne Conway will be interviewed on CNN, and upon being asked this question, do you not find it alarming that the president continues to provide misinformation to the country? A simple question. Conway will respond with, President, you know, why should we spend President's Day celebrating Abraham Lincoln? What a silly concept. What did President Lincoln ever really do for America except divide it? Trump has been the only president for 1 month and has already successfully tackled some of the most important issues America has ever faced, including jobs and journalism. Upon further pressing of the initial question, Conway will continue, why do we need to celebrate Ronald Reagan? Reagan didn't really care about American citizens in the way that Trump does. If he did, perhaps he'd still be president. George Washington is also not worth celebrating. After all, he tried to completely dismantle the Republican Party before its existence by arguing against the creation of political parties. Donald Trump puts his party first, which is why we are able to make America a country open to heated arguments again. Conway will also claim that the American people ought to be more grateful to the president and that true patriots would send Trump tremendous gifts in honor of this holiday. The initial question will never be answered. Now, Trump will ultimately be disappointed with this year's President's Day turnout as no gifts showed up under his portrait of Andrew Jackson on his own holiday. Yes, the only gifts he'll receive this year are a book from Putin, How to Hack the Emails of Your Enemies for Dummies, and a strange bottle of hand sanitizer from Mike Pence that reads, hand sanitizer for man-to-man contact kills 99.9% of risk to eternal salvation. With a final message about our lovely president, here is Jill Young.